Hey everyone, this is the HCG girl. Just going to do a really quick update for the end of week, I think it was the end of week 4. I am going on to week 5 and am now on, sorry I'm looking at my journal, on very low calorie day 21. So my goal this last week was to lose 5 pounds and to not have any cheats, no bites. I lost 5.2 pounds this week. It's kind of a crazy week. Started out losing like 0.9 and then 1.1 and then dropped down to 0.5. And then stalled for a day. And it was funny because I really thought that I wasn't losing or releasing very much. And then I just looked at, the total for the week, and I realized, 5 pounds is really good. So I don't know why, in my mind, I'm just thinking, I'm not doing very good. But in reality, when you look at the totals for the week, was really good. And then I also lost, find my measurements for today, lost 7.25 inches, which brings me to a total of 18, almost 19 inches lost for the last 3 weeks. So yeah, this last week was definitely more of a challenge. Had wanted to try some very lean steak that was frozen. I think that's what I had mentioned on my last vlog, and said that if I had a release and didn't gain, that I would post the recipe and what I did for is like a steak fajita. And trying to see here what happened the day after I ate that. The day after, I had only a 0.5 release, and to me that wasn't really very good, because I've been releasing more like a pound a day. And so I know for everybody else, most people are saying that 0.5 is actually what's average and what's normal, but to me it looked like it had slowed down. And then the day after, the day after I had the steak was a 0.5 release, but then the day after that was my stall. Now, in all honesty, I think what really happened was, as I was making that more for my husband to eat, didn't quite keep the no cheat, no extra bite goal, and just kept eating a little piece of the stuff that I was preparing. So I think that's maybe what really brought the stall, more than anything. So I don't really think it was the steak. I think it was more that I was eating a little bit more than what I should be having, than my limit of the 100 grams. So that was a cheat. So I am not going to reward myself with a new shirt. I think I'm just going to go get a pair of earrings or something that I really like, to at least just have a reward for losing the 5 pounds. So I did have to do an apple day after that stall, and that just kind of kick-started my metabolism again and got that going. Yesterday I made the chocolate delights that everybody makes, and the right recipe and that, and they're okay. It's definitely, I like the aftertaste better than I actually like the chocolate. So I did try that, and I was a little concerned with the coconut oil, because I have never tried that before, and I don't know how my body's going to react to it. And so then this morning, after just having the chocolate delights, I only released a 0.1 ounce. So I'm gonna not have that for a few days, and just stick to very basic protocol eating today with just some chicken and maybe tilapia and some vegetables, and no Melba toast or anything, and then try the chocolate delight tomorrow and see how I release the day after that. So I want to really just give my body, a day of, not trying anything new, not doing anything that's, acceptable eating, like, 10-calorie Jello or something. So I'm going to really stick to strict protocol today, because I want to see what that chocolate delight will do to my body with the coconut oil. Because I would love to, before on the HCG, I love taking chicken and crushing up the wasa cracker that I usually have, and then coating the chicken with that. And I know some people are using the coconut oil to cook their meat in. So I'd love to try that without, with some kind of oil or something on the pan. So I'd like to see what that coconut oil really does to my body. So I think that's what, I'll try this week. I think my goal for this week is going to be another 5 pounds and to drink more water. I know that that's one thing that I think I kind of slowed down on this week. So yeah, and I'm also really trying to just think and be aware more of why I'm wanting to have a cheat or wanting to have a bite. I know I went to Costco this week and got the kids nothing really bad, but got a box of veggie straw, stuff for their lunch, and the veggie straws just looked really good. I'm like, oh my gosh, I really want that. And then I got them a box of, the individual packets for their lunch of cookies. Then I found these Nature Valley cracker cookies that, they're really low in sugar. And so I got those. And that was one of the things that I did have a bite and try. And I realized, oh my gosh, these are so good. They would be addicting to me. So I'm starting to see, as the kids are eating, that I'm wanting something. I'm wanting what they're having. And I think that I'm starting to feel that, I'm deprived, that I'm not able to have that. It's kind of like a self-pity thing. Why can't I have that? Then people can eat whatever they want. And they can eat as much as they want. And why do I have to go through this? Why am I the, one that struggles? You can't even have, a few extra bite of meat without, putting that weight on or something. And so for me, I think another goal would be to not feel deprived this week, but to feel empowered that I can have control over my body and over my mind mentally with the eating, that food has way too much power, where if I'm eating something that I'm not supposed to have, or that I know is not good, it causes me to mentally not feel good. You don't feel good about myself if I'm not eating right or making good choices. And is one bite worth that? Is it worth not feeling proud of myself, of what I'm doing, and then physically too, what that does, not just with weight gain. It's not necessarily about that, but physically how you feel when you're overweight and your body doesn't feel good. And I know the difference of when I wasn't eating sugar and carbs and then went back to eating that again. You feel, I don't want to say depressed, but you feel just sluggish, and you feel, I think for me, the sugar really makes me emotional. And why do I keep doing that to myself? Why do I why do I think that just a temporary satisfaction, just something that is going to satisfy me for only, 5 minutes right at that second, and then after you're done eating it, it wreaks havoc on your life. I mean, it's not good, and you don't feel good afterwards. And so for me, I think this week is really focusing on that. Like, why would I give that cracker, that one bite of something that is going to give me no satisfaction? Why would I give that control? And so to really watch for that no, I am made for more than overeating. I am made for more than to be controlled by something that is should have no power. So I don't know if anybody understands that, about how that food can really have power over us, and I don't want that. That's just something that really has to stop. That I have to let other things have priority in my life, and food is not a priority. Food, we've all heard that food is fuel. And so it's that process now of getting my mind to realize that, and to really be aware of that this week. So I think that's what I'm going to really try to focus on, and to not focus so much on all the things that I'm not having, but on all the great things that I am allowed to have, that I am having. So that's my week, and hope everybody's having a good week, and I will talk to everybody a little bit later. Bye.